Hi book lovers, it's Jenny at Julia Baby Jen, and this is the animal tag. Okay, so I was tagged by Jen at Today in Jen's Library. I'll link her channel below. I had fun with this one. I ended up rating my daughter's Beanie Babies for this tag. I thought that was kind of fun, although she didn't have all of them, unfortunately, but I improvised as much as I could. So here we go. Number 1 is whale. An animal that only comes up for air, the whale. What is a book you can only put down if you had to? First of all, this is an orca. It's a killer whale, so again, improvising. But the book that I couldn't put down unless I had to was any of the books, really, from the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. These books are fabulous. You just want to read them from cover to cover. They're just so absorbing and so much fun, and I think most of them I did read, mostly from cover to cover. Winter I did not because it was so big, but they're just such fun reads. I love these books. Number 2 is The Lion. Beautiful but scary, The Lion. What is a great book that intimidated you at first? This one took me a lot of thought, and I cannot come up with any book off the top of my head that really intimidated me. The one that might have come close is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I love this book. It's a wonderful book. It didn't really, I don't think, intimidate me, but I was a little nervous going into it because I didn't connect with the story right away. It was a little bit of a different narrative, and it wasn't as absorbing as I thought it was going to be right away. Plus, I knew a little bit of the subject matter, and I knew it was going to be a sad book, and there was, I don't know, history generally. I love reading about history, but it does sometimes feel a little bit more daunting to me than other books because I'm hoping they're factually correct. And of course, I had nothing to worry about with this book. I wasn't, like I said, really intimidated, but out of all my reads I could think of lately, it might have intimidated me the most, I guess. I just don't get intimidated by books all that easily. Bigger the book, the more intense the book, the more descriptive the book, the better for me. So, yeah, but I guess this is going to be my lion. Number 3, every kid's favorite, the goldfish. Again, I improvise. It's not really a goldfish, but it's a fish. What is your favorite children's book or favorite book as a child? That one was very easy for me. I've answered this a million times. On the Banks of Plum Creek by Laura Ingalls Wilder. This is actually a bind-up of the first 5 books in this series. I decided to show you a different book for this tag. My mom got me this, I believe, and it's such a beautiful bind-up. But yeah, it has in Little House in the Big Woods, Little House on the Prairie, The Farmer Boy on the Banks of Plum Creek, which is my favorite, and By the Shores of Silver Lake. So it's a really fun little bind-up. But yes, I just loved Laura Ingalls Wilder as a child, and it's definitely my favorite children's book even now. Number 4, I don't have for you. It's a T-Rex. The closest thing I have is my dragon, which I love this, but he doesn't really fit the description of the T-Rex, which is I've got a big head and little arms. What is a book that is strong in some areas but weak in others? This one was an easy one for me. I looked at my shelves and I'm like, oh yeah, that one. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I liked this series quite a bit, but Shadow and Bone especially was very weak in its characters, I thought. I didn't connect with the characters really at all. There's only one character I really liked and connected with in the entire series, and that came about in the second book, Siege and Storm, and that was, and I can't remember his name now, I'll have to look it up. Yeah, the world building though in these books was amazing. I think Leigh Bardugo does great at world building, which is important in a fantasy read, and it's what kept me reading the whole series. The books do get better with each book. I think all of her books have improved dramatically from book to book. I mean, you can really tell this is her first book, and then you read like 6 of Crows, and it's amazing. So she conquered the character thing, definitely, with 6 of Crows. So yeah, this is very weak, and some of the plot points were a little weak too, but mainly it was the characters that was weak in this. But, like I said, great world building that kept me reading. Alright, number 5 is Spider. Nope. Actually, Tessa did have a spider Beanie Baby. It was a Halloween one. And she didn't like it, so she got rid of it. Obviously, neither one of us is a fan of spiders. So I've got a fun little spider web to show you for the spider. Nope. A book you have no intention of going anywhere near. I knew exactly what book when that came up. And I will never touch this book. Mainly because I love Oprah. I don't know if you can see it, A Million Little Pieces by James Frey. This was the book that was supposed to be an autobiographical memoir type thing about his experience through drugs, and it was like this hard-hitting book, and it had all this attention. It was Oprah's, one of her books of the month. It was a big deal, and then it came out that he lied, and it was all fiction. None of this happened to him. It was all a fake story, which, you know, he still wrote it, so, you know, it could have been an amazing book, but he lied about the whole premise of it, and that's why people were so excited and into this book, because they thought he had gone through these experiences. And so anyway, Oprah then called him on her show and gave him a little talking to and told him off, and he was not happy. That was an amazing episode, actually. So anyway, I've never read that book, and I never will. I was going to read it, and then after that whole thing came out, nope, not going to touch it. So just too many bad vibes with it. Another improvisation. This is supposed to be the Mockingbird, but I went with a parrot. And it is the animal that repeats others. Well, obviously a parrot repeats too, so I went with the parrot. What's your favorite adaptation or retelling? For that, I went with Entwined by Heather Dixon. This is my very favorite retelling. It's a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, and it's just an amazing story. I need to reread it because it's been so long since I've read it, but it's just so atmospheric and beautiful. I loved it. I fell in love with all the girls in it, and then just the story, and the villain in this is so creepy and so evil. It felt like a true fairy tale, and it just had that atmospheric thing where I just wanted to put on a ball gown and go dancing in the woods in the snow. And I'm not that kind of girl, but that's the kind of way this book made me feel. So it's just an amazing read. It was an amazing experience, and I haven't found one quite like it since then. The Laughing Hyena. Now, this is actually a leopard, but it's spotted, so that's why I got it. A book that kept you laughing. All right, there's several, but I came up with Brew by David Estes. Actually, this whole series, this has the best one-liners in it. It's actually a very serious, dark series, but there's these moments of complete comedy and hilarity in it, and I love that about this series. And Lainey is one of the best sarcastic female protagonists I've ever read, and actually the main character in this is Rhett, but Lainey's a close second, and I just loved her in this. So yeah, this is my hyena. You wouldn't think it, but it did make me laugh quite a bit. Got Momma Bear. This is actually a Germany bear, but Momma Bear, a book with a fierce female character. That's a pretty easy one to find, but I came up with Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas because Selena is amazingly fierce. I love her character so much. What I love the most is her flaws, that she has them. You know, a lot of times, and a few, I can think of a few other top of my head, like Katniss was a good character too because she had definite flaws. But that's why I love these characters. They're so strong and so central to the story and so important, but yet they have these dumb little flaws that annoy you to death, and that makes them more real, and I love that. But yes, Throne of Glass is my Momma Bear. The Horrible Hateful Cat. First of all, I love cats. I don't know how we can hate them. But anyway, The Horrible Hateful Cat, a book you despise. There aren't very many books I despise. Even books I dislike, I don't really despise. But the one that came to mind probably of recently, last year or two that I've read, is The Lost Boys by Lillian Carmine. I got it from NetGalley, and I tried to read it. I DNF'd it. I could not get past 40%. It was the dumbest book ever. It was just so dumb. The writing was terrible. Their plot was awful. I couldn't connect to any of the characters. It was crazy. It started out with kind of like this ghost story, creepy thing, which was really good. The first part of it was really awesome, like the first like maybe 6%. And then it went off into where she's going back to boarding school, and she's joining a boys band, and she's all these boy friends, and it and then she was giving them makeovers. It just got so, oops, it just got so freaking ridiculous. I just couldn't even, I can't even give a straight face trying to talk about it. But yes, I could not finish this, so this is my cat. And then man's best friend, a dog. Oh, no, I don't know why they have a cat as they hate and they love a dog. They're both awesome. But a book by someone you know. So I have a couple authors I know, but I picked Timebound by Risa Walker. Actually, I met Risa online. I did a blog tour for her very first book. It was actually this book under a different title when she self-published it, and I loved it. And so we kind of met online that way, and then it was up for an Amazon Breakthrough Novel Award, and I helped spread the word for that. And then when it won and became published and was redone into Timebound, it came out. I convinced all my friends to read it, and we did a group read. We got the author to come on my Goodreads group and do a Q&A. I networked her with my other author that I was friends with, and then I met her at the Nashville Utopia convention a couple years ago, and she took me and my friends who had also helped champion her book out for drinks, and we got to spend all weekend together, and it was a blast. So, and now I beta read her books and, you know, sing their praises. So this is her first book in this time travel series, which is just the smartest time travel I've ever read. It's amazing. It's so good. It's a 3-book trilogy. It is all out now. It's Timebound, Time's Edge, and Time's Divide. And then her newest book, Delphi Effect, just released, which I don't have a copy yet. It's coming. When it gets here, I'll show it on my book haul. So I couldn't show off her newest one, but yeah. So this is Timebound by Risa Walker, Is My Dog. And that is the animal tag. I'm all done. Yay. Sorry it took me so long to get to this, Jen. I just had to get all this animal stuff, figure out how I was going to do it, and figure out my books and things. But anyway, I tag anybody who would like to do this. I'm not going to tag specific people. I never really do. If you'd like to do this tag, go for it. It's a lot of fun. I hope everyone has a good day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.